Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, we're going to be ranking all 7 legendaries within the game and playing Power League, so you guys get a fair representation of how strong we actually are within the top of the meta. So of course, before we jump into it, make sure you're using a creator code. That'd be greatly appreciated. Without further ado, let's hop into it. Alright guys, going into the worst legendary in the game, or the 7th best legendary in the game, we have Sandy. So should be zero surprises here. Sandy is just a brawler which isn't used literally ever in competitive right now. Main reason being is just because of how easy it is to counter Sandy. You guys know Vision Gear just completely counters Sandy. You know, Sandy is supposed to be like this sneaky, kind of low-key assassin brawler, especially with the super being able to go in between the grass and just make really good plays, especially in Brawl and Gem Grab. But right now, Sandy is just not used whatsoever. There is a small niche for Sandy, by the way. I did learn on Twitter for a pro, I think it was Emmerich. Oh, I forgot, I don't know how to pronounce the name, but anyways, he did say that he uses Sandy to counter the Bo, Jackie, and Grey composition. So by using Sandy's stun, you can actually counter that composition. So one good thing to note, maybe that's the only way I see Sandy usable in competitive right now. But overall, yeah, Sandy just isn't great. Like, it's just so many different ways to counter. You don't even need a specific brawler, right? Like most brawlers in the game, well, literally every brawler except for Leon and Sandy, you need a specific brawler or maybe playstyle to counter them. But with Sandy, all you need is the Vision Gear literally on any brawler, probably except for tanks. And basically, they're just one of the easiest brawlers to counter in the game right now. So we are still getting some decent value. Like, Sandy isn't unusable, right? Like, that's one of the great things about a lot of brawlers and Brawl Stars. But not unusable. You can see here, I'm getting a lot of value out of Sandy. But in terms of competitive, there's always a much better option, especially in Gem Grab and Brawl. And also with Sandy, like, people in competitive can just keep their distance and not feed Sandy. And with 7 shots to get super, it's just near impossible to cycle the way you want to. It's going to be number 7. Let's hop into number 6. Jumping into the 2nd worst legendary, or the 6th best legendary, we have at Chester. So Chester right now within the meta, there just isn't much point picking him. Like, I did talk about quite a lot Chester yesterday in terms of one of the brawlers that fell off the most. Of course, he's going to fall off a little bit if he does get nerfed. You know, the nerfs weren't like substantial. Not a lot of people were saying that Chester would be so bad once the nerfs hit, but right now he's just terrible, especially within Power League. I don't think I've ever seen Chester in a scrim. I know I don't watch the most scrims or don't play scrims anymore, but whenever I do tend to watch them, I've never seen a Chester. Like, where is the best place to use Chester? I'm still trying to figure that out myself. Maybe you guys have a better idea of where to use them, but for me, as I mentioned yesterday, it's still going to be on those grassy maps. I think that's the only way you can use a Chester, right? Maybe to get some intel on the bushes, use a Vision Gear, might be a little bit easier. Maybe a lot of times, if you're scared against tanks, Chester can be a somewhat okay option, but still, there's a lot of better tank counters out there. And I just feel like right now, Chester just loses lane so incredibly easy. Like, any lane I'm going to be losing against when I'm using Chester. So hopefully we can get this crow down in time. Unfortunately, I just didn't have the ammo, and that is another bad thing about Chester. It takes so long to reload. It's just only doing a lot of damage when you're literally in somebody's face, but a lot of times they can actually just trade out that kill pretty easily. So for me, Chester has to be one of the worst legendaries. Let's hop into the next one. Into the 5th best legendary in the game right now, we have a Leon. So we've already won the first round right here. Hopefully we can get a 2-0, but Leon, I think he's incredibly underrated in the meta, and I think once they fix, or hopefully they fix, the Vision Gear, so you can't, well, you can't use the Vision Gear just completely counter out Leon and Sandy. I think Leon is going to be one of the best brawlers in the game. He's always been one of the best until people started using the Vision Gear, or until it got introduced. He's literally good everywhere, every single map, probably except for Heist, really. Leon is literally so usable. He's got really good gadget, good super, good star power, good mythic gear as well. I think Leon is definitely going to be one of the best once that Vision Gear hopefully gets fixed. So yeah, Leon just underrated pretty much everywhere. I would say more so he's probably like a 6th pick option. You know, if there's not many brawlers like here where I know for sure they're not going to be using a Vision Gear, like Carl and Penny, for example, I know that Leon could have definitely been a really underrated pick. So unfortunately, I make a bit of a misplay right there, but, you know, I am human, so I can't just edit out all the mistakes like some YouTubers do. You know, I keep it nice and 100% with you guys, so hopefully I can get some decent value out of super here. So I'm just going to stay in the bush a little bit just to be a bit more unpredictable, and hopefully I can get on top of this Carl or Max. Either one of them I should just be able to completely shred, and right here this should be an easy goal. So I didn't really have to do too much right there, but Leon is definitely more so underrated in this meta. Pretty quick and easy game. He's always been insane on pin or punt. let's jump into the next game. Alright guys, jumping into the 4th best legendary when it comes down to competitive, it has to be Amber. So Amber is just pretty well rounded, pretty decent everywhere. To say there isn't really a game mode right now for her or map which is completely dominant on. Before she used to be like absolutely insane on so many different hot zone maps, but I would say probably right now the best map for her probably going to be double swoosh, just because of how easy it is to sit down, well, either lane, mostly down the right hand lane, just break open the grass, break open the middle grass so the gem carrier doesn't have much sneakiness. And yeah, that's probably the best way to use Amber in this meta, pretty much. Open zone as well, she's pretty decent, but still, I feel like people have just found out how to counter Amber over time, so she's not really in the best of spots right now. So yeah, hopefully we don't get pinched out by this Mandy and Janet. We did actually lose the first round, surprisingly, considering we've got Mandy and Janet. Like, I thought with our composition we should be able to have an easy time, because they've just got no damage, but time and time again these guys are completely dominating us. So hopefully we can get this Lola down in time. This is going to be pretty difficult. Yeah, you can just see that. Like, a lot of the time I'd rather just go like a Lola or something like that. It's although Amber is pretty easy to play, I just don't really get too much benefit out of using her. So should be able to get this Janet down right here. I mean, she's just flying in, just distracting, not really doing too much. We do get a speed from the max though. Unfortunately, I miss the... Well, I didn't actually set a light the fire just yet. We can use our gadget to hopefully get some more pressure onto these guys. My auto aim is going in ham, and I should be able to get a decent amount of damage onto the safe there. I mean, 8-Bit is playing more so lane than mid, which is a bit frustrating considering he's our main damage dealer. But in terms of Amber as well, her best maps, you guys know hot zone. Literally every single hot zone map, you can get some decent value out of Amber. I wouldn't really say she's like the most dominant pick, but yeah, you can definitely get some good usage out of her. So Lola's going to teleport into us, which is pretty interesting play. I didn't even know she was using that gadget right there. Could have actually caught us by surprise, but we should be able to get her down with a nice 8-Bit turret. 30 seconds left, but again, we are using 8-Bit Ambers, so we should be able to get some decent damage in. So I'm just going to run up against this Janet right here. Should be able to get the connection onto Lola as well. And now we're looking okay. 15 seconds left. This Lola's probably going to teleport to get them a little bit of extra HP. But let's just see right here. It's not looking completely the best for my team. I'm spamming auto aim. Hopefully we can get onto this safe right here. We've only got a few seconds left, and there's just no way. So Amber, it's pretty hard to play her within this type of meta. She's not really the best, but just okay. Let's jump into the next one. Alright guys, jumping into the 3rd best legendary brawler in the game right now, we have Meg. So Meg right now is just absolutely insane, especially on hot zone. On this map specifically, open zone, she's so strong. So the main reason being is because she can just get so much time. You can literally have like 8k HP on Meg and just push up onto the zone so easily. She's such a good brawler to have. So currently right now the score is 1-1, so you've got to be a little bit careful here, especially feeding the Lou. The Lou we just didn't feed last game, and it just worked out in our favor so easily. So hopefully I can sneak up on this Lou and 8-Bit right here. If I spam auto aim fast enough, I should be able to get down the Lou. And then if I heal up a little bit, hopefully I can get my shield back. Nice. Okay, so a little bit of a shaky start. Not too... I think I might have fed the Lou. I can't remember, but yeah, feeding the Lou is definitely our downfall. So now we've got our super again right here. Let's see if we can stay on the zone a little bit longer this time around. The bow mines should be able to help us out a little bit. It's us versus the world right here. Lou's going to go down to those mines. We should be in a decent position to maybe get a swipe off. Okay, that was so close. Maybe I could have killed that 8-Bit just straight up. Penny's going to go down as well, and we're looking much better this time around. Unfortunately, Lou again is going to freeze us, so it's just such a good counter against Meg, so got to be a little bit careful. But overall, Meg is just so dominant in hot zone. That's why she has to be the 3rd best legendary. Like in comparison to the others, definitely a lot better in one game mode, and that's why I've just got to put her above because of how strong she is right here. So we should be able to get the 8-Bit down right here, and still in our little form, we should be able to do work on this Lou. Let's see right here. I mean, he's getting his super back, but he isn't really getting the most time on the zone right now. He does waste his super right there, so we should be able to get back onto the zone and keep getting this percentage. So we're going to pop our gadget right here as well. Should be able to push up onto this Penny. We're just going to use our swipe. Okay, somehow we didn't swipe that turret. I don't even know how, but my teammates are doing pretty well right here. We should be able to get the 8-Bit down as well. I was hoping this bow potentially could get him down. It's going to be an incredibly close game, by the way. Their mines are definitely doing work against this 8-Bit. I kind of feel bad for him right here. Again, not really connecting onto my shots. I need to just run past this turret, but there's no point going for the turret right because I'm not going to deal enough damage to it in my single form. So now we've got our mech right here. We should be able to get the penny turret down. Just 8-bit left. That's going to be 8-bit down as well. And this should be pretty much a GG. So we're going to use our remaining shots to hopefully, okay, nice. We can get that down. Just 5% left. And it's looking like a GG right there. So Meg is just so incredibly dominant. When it comes down to hot zone, you've got to try her out. That's going to be the third best legendary. Let's hop into number 2. Jumping into the second best legendary brawler in the game right now, we have Spike. So I was really debating actually putting Spike as the best legendary in the game right now, because it's actually starting to be a really good pick against a lot of the top meta brawlers. Like, it's a really decent pick against a lot of tanks right now, probably except for Cole, because of course Cole can two-shot Spike. But other than that, I've seen a lot of Spike usage against brawlers like Sam, for example. So main reason why Spike's such a good pick against Sam is because you can use the super to stop Spike's knuckles and stop him, Spike's knuckles, Sam's knuckles, and stop him from collecting them again, because of course Sam revolves completely around his super. Also pop off collect, that was a really good double chain. But as I was saying, Spike fantastic against that, but it's just pretty decent against everything. So I just feel like it's slowly creeping back into the meta. Vision gear is as strong as ever. Literally seems like everyone is running the vision gear right now, so Spike of course going to get a lot of value with that. And I just think it's just a strong pick. Like, there's not a lot of true counters to Spike out there. Like, of course he's not going to be able to just destroy everyone, but it's just so easy to use and just pretty much good against everything. So that's why I've got to put him so high on the rankings. So the vision gear right here is going to carry him. Also the mythic gear as well. I forgot to mention the mythic gear is just so good. I know Spike's super is already pretty strong, but it just feels like they literally can't do anything whilst they're inside of Spike's super. So the mythic gear has actually helped him out quite a fair amount in terms of rising back up in the meta. So yeah, I feel like as time goes on, Spike can be even stronger. So he's got 2 super versatile star powers as well. Like, I thought Fertilize wasn't the best, but as this meta's gone on, Fertilize is actually a decent option, especially considering how many tanks there are right now. So that's going to be the second best legendary. Let's hop into number 1. Alright guys, jumping into the best legendary in the game right now, we have Crows. Funnily enough, we actually have the exact same comp. I've just realized as we loaded in. They've got Mortis as well. But anyways, Crow is just such a strong legendary brawler to have pretty much everywhere. His main attack is so easy to hit. It's really annoying. Of course, the poison mechanic is just such a broken attribute to have in the game. And also his slow is just so strong. His super is really strong, especially against brawlers that don't deal a lot of quick damage. And it's just so many different ways to play a good Crow, right? So it can be really annoying to face off against the fast movement speed. Pair that with the speed gear as well on grassy maps. It's just so easy to just glide around the map with Crow, and that's why he's so incredibly strong in this meta. And again, like the gadget, people thought the gadget nerf would really kill Crow a couple of updates ago. If anything, he hasn't really done anything. He's still such a great brawler. He's so good on this Brawl map, but all Brawl maps, gem grab, hot zone is just so easy to gain back control with a brawler like Crow. So that is going to be it for today's video, guys. Hope you enjoyed this one. Let me know who you think are the best legendaries in the game. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.